breaking or are you breaking through? Are you allowing your story to define you? Is the story that you're telling yourself the story that you want to live? Do you like your story? We finished working out today. I had a 400 workout where we ran 400-meter dashes for time, and then took breaks in between. At the end of it, we were doing our cool down. I'm talking to my coach, Jessica, and she's telling me about her story, about some of the things that have happened to her in her past. Some things that are really horrific, and some things that normal people would have allowed to break them down, to stop them from moving forward. And there were times in her life, just as in all of our lives, where it did, where we succumb to things like alcoholism or addiction to food or any of the other things that hold us back. But those things don't have to define us. They don't have to break us. The exact same moments that would tear some people down can be used to build you up. Think about it like this. If you had to go into the future and tell a child, maybe it's your child, maybe it's someone else's child, maybe it's just someone that looks up to you. If you had to look back on the worst moment of your life and you had to tell that moment as if it was a triumph, as if it was a victory, how would you tell it? Could you look back on the worst moment of your life, or one of the worst moments of your life, and tell it a different way? Could you make it a breakthrough? Well, that will be my challenge for you today. Tell your story as if it was one of the best moments that could have happened to you. And I know that's very difficult because there's some really bad things that have happened to all of us, right? But if given enough time, any story can be a triumph. Any break can be a breakthrough. You have the power to change how that story ends up. I was always told that everything's going to be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, then it's not the end. With enough time, all things come to pass. If I can endure long enough, if I can look into the good in all things will come to pass. And in those moments afterwards, where I can look at it in retrospection, can I find the good in it and can I tell a different story? Did it break me? Or did I have a breakthrough? The answer to that lies in you. So that's my challenge for you today. I want you to look back at one of any events that have happened to you that seemed like a bad event. Go back a year from now. And I want you to imagine that you go into the future and you're going to tell this story to me. Someone who believes in your story, believes in your ability to triumph after your tribulations. And how would you tell that story? Could you tell that story to me in a way that makes me hopeful, makes me feel that I can get through anything? I know you can do that. Go find that one thing that really challenged you and tell a different story about it, because it doesn't have to break you. Your breakdowns can be your breakthroughs if you choose to. This has been another installment of the Titan Talks. I encourage all of you to look inside yourself, embrace the warrior within, be your own hero.